into the night. City lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak.
and gentlemen, it is time for round 9 of the 2023 Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. Yes, sir, we are back at IMSA. We are live here at a beautiful Road America, one of the most famous tracks in all of the North Americas. I just love this place. The type of racing we get out here, spectacular. Last time we were here, it was the Indy Racing Championship, and what an event that was 1 year ago in the Indy cars. This week, however, today, it's IMSA time. GTEs, DPIs, and oh man, what a race we have for you in store here today. Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, it's IMSA. The doubleheader gives us Bathurst next week. Back with IMSA again to seal the deal with this championship. Who is going to take the last 2 spots for Race of Champions? This is what I'd like to call the final stretch. And we welcome you out here. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We are 6 minutes away from qualifying. It is IMSA. We are back. Let's just shuffle down this leaderboard down here so you could take a look at the drivers who are currently in the session. And let's go watch some drivers. Oh man, do I miss those cars back on track now, finally. That right there is the Acura DPI. The ARX05. What a beautiful beast out here as the sun comes down. But we are going to be racing here mid-afternoon. Next up, who do we have? We have Marlon Young making his comeback here in the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin, BMW, Chevrolet, the Corvette, and the Ford. Massive upgrades coming here today. Expect them to be very competitive. Qualifying is going to be very interesting to see, but the racing is what I'm most excited for. We're really going to find out how it works out around here. Let's take a look at the Ferrari. Driven by Daniel Taberner. Of course, been on the ball here in IMSA. As it goes past our screens there. Daniel Taberner driving for CBR Racing. I think I hear another car coming past our screens. Who's that? That is the Corvette of Rahul Pratap. And the crowd is going wild here. Packed audience here at Road America. Let's take a look at a couple more drivers. Oswin Wilson on track as well. And there he is in the BMW. As it goes past our screens there. Going up the hill and to the right and the left behind him, I believe that should be a Cadillac of Jaden Harrison. There he goes. Big shout out to JSRA. What an event we had for Jam West just a week ago. It's crazy that was a week ago. Currently right now, JSRA are featuring in the, I believe, the Nürburgring 24 hours. Not too sure who's exactly sanctioning the event, but I give them huge, good looks for them. They've been racing a couple hours earlier. Jaden Harrison is one of their drivers. And yeah, he's taking a bit of a break out here of the endurance racing in their BMW to race in IMSA. And who doesn't love IMSA? Who does not love IMSA? Please tell me, because this is such an underrated motorsport that's only based in North America. A lot more eyes need to be set in here. It's awesome, and very awesome. There goes Roll Per Tab. Let's take a look at some names that are on track here. There we go. So now we can properly see the Guyanese in the Corvette. As we have 2 minutes left in this practice session here. If you haven't noticed already, and you don't have a keen eye, we do have a lot of different boards around here with some familiar sponsors that you might be able to recognize from our community. Yes, this track did host the the Indy Racing Championship. So there's a lot of graphics here around the track. You might be able to recognize. Let's go find some of them. I believe we should have some on this wall here. There you go. There's our logo plastered through here. All our old versions. So we see Danny Nasir passing our screens, our drone. Way too slow to catch up. That was our original championship. The Indy Racing Championship, and what a series that was last year. Let me tell you something. 2024, open wheel. It's coming back. Stay tuned. There's Lance Nasir going past our screens there. What car is he in? He is in the Cadillac. 1 minute to go. Let's go talk to the drivers. Let's get their last words before we get into this one. And let's hear their thoughts going into this one. My check.
Loud and clear.
Thank you.
All good.
Just want to highlight this. I don't think I put this in the announcements. The weather that you're seeing right now, late evening, that is how it's going to look towards the end of the race. It should not go into the night. But this is what it's going to look like towards the end.
Happy.
So don't worry about it getting a little too dark.
It's endurance racing, man. You race at any time.
That is true, yeah. you know best.
Snow or rain.
That is Roll Per Tab. He is an endurance racer
They
himself.
do have headlights.
In the Caribbean.
The truck is
You
always
saw
lit.
Ride a Chipper around?
What was that?
Nah, put up. You saw Ride a Chipper.
Huh?
Yeah, that 202.
Oh, there we see Danny Nasir putting his time a
Oh, you're
tenth
doing
faster
great time.
than Jaden Harrison.
Marlon?
Oh my goodness, take a look at those times. 202s from those guys there.
I messed up the last car now.
Yeah, it looked like a close one. Hopefully I get it right.
Qualifying is going to be very interesting, but the
thing is I
race
have to,
is definitely going to be
I
one
don't
to
get
write
my
home
force
about.
up,
There
like,
you see the
like the muscle
GT,
memory working
the
right.
GTEs and
Yeah,
the DPI
yeah.
cars
I
now
gotta
separated.
Right, get into it.
All right, so
I was gonna
practice
say,
now
welcome
complete.
to the Midwest, guys.
We're going to turn them down just a little bit.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon.
This track right here, as Brandon Smith is talking with us there, this is his home. He knows this place best. Tavar, I don't think he is going to be in this one. I think he is also in the JSRA race right now, racing in the 24 hours. I'm pretty sure. As we see Lance this here, he's going to make that breaking point. No, he does not. Runs very deep and disappears like Houdini. And, ooh, what's this? Hello. Who's this guy here? I have never seen a man walking around in this simulator in my life. We have a marshal here. Yeah, a nice little home he has here. I think this is turn 5, turn 4. Very great place to spectate. And this man has his own little porta potty, a chair, a bin. He's set. Where'd he go? There he is. What's wrong with his arm? All right, we're going to leave him alone. Practice is complete. There you see the crowd all down there. I think it's time we get into some qualifying. All right, qualifying coming up now. We're going to skip over to that session. 5 minutes. One shot. You're not going to see anyone else on track. I'm going to skip into it now. Best of luck. All right, let's get into it now. The serious music about to come on. Let's do this. And qualifying underway. You might get a bit of a lag spike coming here as the weather is changing. Should be good now for my side. Just let it load if it still hasn't changed the time of day for you. Good luck. All right, without further ado, qualifying is underway. And with that, sadly, in a one-shot qualifying in the sim, we are not able to see the... Is that just me, or is that light going down? That might be just me. Wait, what? All right, well, in the meantime, let's go look at these live timing sheets. As, you're all good. Oh, that's the lamppost. I did not realize the lamppost goes up and down on the sim. You know what? That's how crazy Assetto Corsa is. This game, well, simulator game, whatever you want to call it, or whatever you don't want to get triggered by, created back in 2014. Assetto Corsa. Of course, it's cousin sequel, Assetto Corsa Competizione, made for GT4 and GT3 racing. That was released not that long ago. And of course, Assetto Corsa 2 scheduled to appear in the second quarter of 2024. So very excited. I'm not too sure if Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club is going to be going to AC2 that early, but we shall find out, especially see how the content goes. We do have a lot of guys who've always wanted Competizione, Automobilista, a lot of different sims to come into the Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club program, so we will find out. In the meantime, though, qualifying is only 5 minutes long here, and it's one shot, so unfortunately, we are only allowed to see the drivers on the mini-map. But don't go away, folks. The action is just about to get started. Here is where we are able to see what one-shot qualifying and what the best of the best could do with just one lap. It's pure talent out here, and the first man to come across the line will be Danny Nasir to start us off. So, of course, all the drivers coming across the line for the very first time, this is their out lap. So, we're not going to see any crazy times coming up here. I say that, and Daniel Taberner somehow went faster than Lance Nasir, but again, it's just whoever comes across the line first. Let's take a look at those sector times. This is where it gets interesting. The guys are going to have about maybe 2 laps to do so. We're going to wait till they cross over the first sector. Danny Nasir is approaching it very fast. I think that's into turn 4 he is in now. NAS in the red. Smith SMI in the background next. Through their first sector, Danny Nasir with a 42.1 is purple in the first sector. Next up, Brandon Smith with a 42.3, so he's about 0.2 down from him through there. Taberner and I think Luca Andretta are right on top of each other. Going through that first sector, 44.9 from the Corvette, 45.1, a bit slower from the Ferrari, 44.5 for Lance Nasir in the Cadillac DPI, 41.5, however, from Jaden Harrison. He's about 0.6 quicker than Danny Nasir in that first sector. Danny Nasir, Brandon Smith, Roll Pratap very soon to come across sector 2. Let's check out Danny's one. Ooh, it's yellow. It's a 39.7. Wasn't fast through there, but he's 6 seconds up on his personal delta from that outlap. Brandon Smith, 40.752. So a little bit off on the pace throughout there. Roll Pratap, 42.4, of course, in that GT class. 42.2 from Lance Nasir. Lance not getting as fast as his fellow DPIs as Jaden Harrison goes with a 39.123. Oswin Wilson, 43.3. 43.0 going to Daniel Taberner. So Daniel finding a lot of good pace in that second sector across a lot of the drivers. Times are being put down now. Danny Nasir with a 154.4. Brandon Smith, 156.0. Who is next to come across the line? Lance Nasir goes across Jaden Harrison, 2 seconds faster with a 52.4. What a time for him in the Cadillac there. 203.6 for the Ferrari of Daniel Taberner. Oswin Wilson, 2:05.1, not finding his feet, and they are on the final lap. This track is over 2 minutes long. There we see time slowly coming across the board. So currently right now, it's a Ferrari 1, Porsche 2, BMW 3rd, and we're still waiting for a couple other drivers to come across the line. Martin Webster, Marlon Young, Roel Partab, just to name a few. Well, to name all of them who are yet to give us a lap across the board. Martin Webster is going to come across now. Let's check out his time. And I don't see it. Looks like that was an invalid lap from him. He's going to have to come around and do it again. Marlon Young, his teammate, not too far behind. Marlon Young, Martin Webster, teammates, X-Play. Shout out to them. You're going to see their ads come up at the bottom of your screen. X-Play Game Shot located in Guyana. So Marlon Young comes across the line. I don't see a lap from him. They have clearly come out way later throughout this lap. And check this out. Jaden Harrison, who went purple in the first sector, has taken it into the pits. Martin Webster has called it quits as well. Interesting that one of the X-Play drivers has not decided to complete that lap. Danny Nasir, oh, he's off the track. Danny Nasir goes for a spin, and that's going to be his qualifying complete. Brandon Smith now, does he have what it takes to put down 2 seconds faster than Danny? He's running up fast, coming across the line in the same machinery Danny was using. It's a 56-0 he has to beat. Does he do it? I don't think so. No, he does not. Danny takes it into the pits. It's now time for Lance Nasir. Lance Nasir racing to the line. He's currently doing a 2:01. Can he at least get a sub 2 minute? I don't think so. No, he does not. Daniel Taberner has nothing left in the tank. He's going to take it in the pit road. Oswin Wilson now running up to the line. Oswin is green in the first 2 sectors. Goes P5. Goes on pole with a 2:02.4. Does Luke Andrade have what it takes to possibly get in that front row? In the Porsche, he races across the line. He's a 2:03.6 to beat. Can he do it? Waiting for it. Don't see it happening. That's his qualifying done. The last man to come across the line, Marlon Young. And boy, he's going quicker. Roel Partab was not able to get a good qualifying. Oswin Wilson, though, great qualifying. Starts on the pole. As of now, can Young do it? Marlon Young around the final corner. Is he taking it to the pits? No, he's not. This is the line he's going to be crossing. We're going to be seeing an invisible car coming up soon. Marlon Young. What does he do? Goes up into P8. It's 5th for the GTE class. And that is going to be your qualifying complete. All right, stellar qualifying. Congratulations to your top 3. In the DPI class, it's Jaden Harrison, Danny Nasir, Brandon Smith. In the GTEs, Oswin Wilson, Daniel Taberner, and Luca Andrade. So, with qualifying done and dusted, let's talk to the guys about the rolling start procedure. So you guys can get a bit of a sound of what's that going to be like.
Raul, the conditions changed for this race?
Nope. The track evolution should be rapidly improving, though. But that was experienced both in practice and that qualifying session.
Nah, man. That's totally different there, but it's all right.
It should improve over time. Give it 2-3 laps, and it should be good then. All right, so that is qualifying complete. We now head into the race session. I'll let you guys know how the rolling start procedure will work. Just give me a moment. So I believe we do have some bit of lag frame issues coming from the stream side here. Looks to be good there.
I messed up in qualifying.
There we are, Roel Partab.
I couldn't get the car to stick. The car was
And
sliding out of the
Marlon
way.
Young.
I did a 2:02.418, but I accidentally cut the track and it invalidated it.
Oh, wow.
That would have been pole.
Oh,
All right. Let's take him through it now.
All
You
right.
wake up during the race, I think. That's Corvette felt quite fast. Around
Yeah.
All right, so the way we're going to be doing the rolling start procedure, for first of all, there are 65 minutes plus an extra lap in the server So for this race session. So make sure you set your fuel up for about total 70 minutes of racing. I'm not too sure about the laps. Please calculate that yourself. You can do that now. Rolling start. This is how it's going to work. So listen closely. After the carousel, we're going to start closing up the gaps to each other, and that is where we're about to enter the back straight. After the kink, we're going to allow the DPI cars to spread their wings and start to go a little bit quicker. We're going to leave everyone at 80 kilometers throughout the whole formation lap. Once we break away the DPI cars, we're going to let them go about 20 kilometers, 20, 30 kilometers faster. Their green flag is going to be signaled by me on the front straight. By then, the GT class should be approaching the final corner. So you guys are going to be split up. The starts are going to be split between each other. And yeah, I'll be as clear as possible for this one. But yeah, all you got to know as a driver, if you're in the GTE class, you're just going to stick with your pack. You're going to be doubling up towards the back straight, after Canada corner. Wherever you guys choose to. I recommend trying to do it as soon as you finish the back straight before you get to Canada corner. You guys are going to be bunching up there. It's going to be double foul start, of course. If you guys do want, you guys are also able to double up on the front straight if you think that's a little bit safer. It's up to you guys. Probably the front straight will be safer. So yeah, just to go over once again, to simplify it, you guys are going to be all together for this formation lap. At the back straight after the kink, we're going to allow the DPI cars to go. As soon as they get onto the front straight, they're going to be double file, and then I will wave them off to go green. Then I'm going to pick up with the GTE class, and then I will let you guys know when we go racing for you guys there. And yeah, we'll double up on the front straight there. So this is your last chance. Make sure your setups are in place. Pit stops, all good to go. This is a mandatory tire change for everyone here, DPIs and GTEs. Make sure you're all set there. Make sure you guys are also set for about a 70 minutes of racing.
Hey, can I take a quick pit stop?
Oh, sorry. So, yeah, about an hour. But 70 minutes for 65 minutes because I have this formation lap and then the extra lap. Yep, Brandon. Sorry, what were we saying?
Can I get a quick restroom break?
Yeah, you can go quickly now.
Okay.
Run, Forrest, run.
We have a minute and 30. If we gotta hold up the session, we can.
So just to be really clear, the GT guys were not going when the DPI guys go.
Yeah, correct. So I'm gonna make that very clear. So I'm gonna say, okay, DPI cars, you guys are starting to put it up to 100 kilometers, and GTEs keep it at 80 kilometers. I'll make that very, very clear.
And don't jump the green light.
Yes, yeah. It's going to be signaled by me when you guys are going racing. So 80 kilometers, double foul on the front straight. And yeah, this is your best chance right now. Memorize who's around you, who's beside you, who's behind you. So when you're doubling up, it's going to be a lot more easier and we can get this procedure done and good to go. All right.
Like this.
All good.
I made it.
Good, man. Make sure you guys are clicking your starts, your steering wheels, if you haven't already, before you get teleported into the pits. All right. This one is going to be very interesting. We are here at Road America. This is it. This is the home stretch. This is the final couple of rounds in this championship. Remember, we are not going racing on the lights. It's a rolling start, so 80 kilometers. Once the lights go out, no reason to clutch in, do anything fancy. Don't jump the start. All right. So all of you should be 80 kilometers. That's the maximum you can go. And as we do that, let's take a look at how that qualifying session went. And what a qualifying session it was. So it was Jaden Harrison who took the pole, followed by Danny Nasir. Then it was Brandon Smith and Lance Nasir. And that is your DPIs complete there. Unfortunately, we do not have many DPIs out here today for this event. In the GTE class, it was Oswin Wilson who took the pole position, followed by Daniel Tabiner and Luca Andretta. Roll Pratab was able to just beat out Marlon Young, I believe. I don't think so. I think they're just swapping positions right now. But then it is Marlon Young, and then unfortunately Martin Webster was not able to put in a valid lap time. Anderson, you can jump onto the track right now. You can catch up to the field. They've just passed turn 3. Turn 2, sorry. So you can exit pits now and you can catch up. So, good qualifying from the group. And if you haven't told already, you've seen how those times went.
You know?
Yep, you're good. Come out. Race hasn't started yet. So, as the Hearts start to race now, let's go find him out on track. Anderson, it is a double file start, so it's a rolling start right now. So slow your pace down to 80 kilometers once you catch up to the field.
Okay.
There you see the cars roaring in, shouting out 48K_TJ, Michael Carnevale, Steven, and Hurricane Emily. All locked in. Everyone is excited for this race out here. Road America, one of the best tracks out here in North America. Of course, this is Brandon's home track, so expect greatness from him this race. And I believe we should be seeing this man up here. That is the 4 that I hope is slowing down his pace. Yes, he is. That is Anderson Baiano, the Brazilian. Unfortunately missing qualifying there. And there you see the cars all lined up, double filed. You see some of the drivers warming up their tires. It's all anticipation. Are we going to get a clean start, or is there going to be yellow flags early on? All right, from this point on, the DPI is 100 kilometers. DPI is 100 kilometers. GTE's 80. GTE's 80 kilometers. All right, DPS, I'll let you guys pick up the pace. You guys can do about 110, 115. There you see the guys all going through Canada Corner, going up the hill. Once you get around the final corner, DPIs start to double up and get ready for the green flag. GTE cars, when you do not go off of my green, this first green out here, do not go off of that. All right, DPIs double up, 2 by 2, 2 by 2. All right, heartbeats are going quicker. The crowd is roaring. It's time to go racing. Here we go. DPIs green, 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 green. Here we go. GTEs, get ready. And there they go. It's Danny to steer. Jaden Harrison down into T1. It's Jaden side by side. Jaden's just about going to take the lead. Oh, it looks like he goes off though. Danny to steer takes it. GTE class is ready. There you see them. GTE, green flag, green flag. Here we go. Here they come, barreling down into 1. It's Oswald Wilson to the inside. Luke Andretti has a jump onto a Tabiner, and on the outside, the Porsche takes the lead. Oh, Roll Pratab goes off, hits the wall. That's also Martin Webster off the track momentarily. It's Luke Andretti leading. Oswald Wilson second. Daniel Tabiner third. Anderson putting the pressure on the Ferrari. He goes to the inside. He has the inside line. The Ferrari's going to try to keep up as much as he can. Onto the straight now. The Fords do have an advantage on the straights. Marlon Young is going to take it. Tabiter losing 2 spots out on the start there. Looking back to the front, it's Jaden Nasir. Jaden Harrison, who's lost a bit of time. He's coming back in this one. Brandon Smith, however, is going to start putting the pressure on the young Jamaican. Let's Nasir trying to catch up in 4th. It's Luca Andretta. He leads for the first section throughout here. And it's going to be very racy early on in this start. We head back up here, 1.4 the difference. On board with Jaden Harrison as they go into the front straight. Lap 1 is complete for the DPI class. Oswin Wilson putting the pressure now heavy on the Porsche. It's going to be hustling it very quickly in the background, though. Looks like a bit of a train is starting to form. Anderson not able to break away. Marlon Young, Daniel Tabiner sticking very close. Raul Pratab, shifty start from him. Bit of damage onto his car, as well as Martin Webster. They still look strong as they continue in. Oswin Wilson, 6/10 though. Coming to Luca Andretta now. Let's try to find a rear camera. There it is. That's what the gaps look like. 207.8, 208.7. 5/10, 6/10, 4/10 though the difference between Danny Nasir and Jaden Harrison. There's your gap. It's Acura versus Cadillac. Who's the first to budge? Will Danny Nasir seclude to the pressure? Hard on the brakes. And there you see Jaden just getting a better run now through the carousel. Oh, Jaden, the Jamaican is just inching up closer and closer. 1/10. Jaden Nasir's got the pulling some elbows out. His elbows need to be out there as they go through the kink. Jaden, is he going to send it through Canada corner? Looks to the inside. Sends it. No, it's a bit of lockup. Jaden's got to go wide. Oh, it's Jaden off. Jaden Harrison, a little too deep. Flick spin, and there he goes. Down the order, it's still not done yet. Oh, Let's Nasir just gets through. It's a nightmare for the Jamaican. Jaden Harrison a little too deep. Locking up on the inside. Going off the track, flick spinning it. He is now last in the DPI standings. Luckily for him, though, it is 56 minutes left to go in this one. He has a lot of time to catch up back. Oh, as we see a move done through here. It's Daniel Tabiner who's taking the move from Marlon Young. Marlon Young, he sees his rivals just up ahead. And TJ is absolutely distraught at the Jamaican losing out big time through there on the inside. Just a bit of a rookie mistake, I'd say, from his part. He'll be back, though, in momentaire. Daniel Tabiner, though, he's on the front straight now. And look at this in the background. It is Raul Pratab. He's caught up. Marlon Young just up ahead. It's both of the Guyanese. Are they going to play fair because both of them are countrymen? Or are they going to fight? The top 4. Crossing our screens. And check this out. Jaden Harrison. He has caught up to Let's Nasir. We didn't get the full action of that one, but just like that, Jaden Harrison back on the podium. So we have 2 different battles going on. First off, this is the battle for the lead. Luca Andretta, Oswin Wilson, BMW, Porsche. Both of them out of Germany. It's civil war. The Ford is dominating this one in P3, or is that a bit of commentator's curse? Because here comes the Ferrari, side by side. And there you see, oh, Raul Pratab going in deep. Oh, and he's in the gravel. Daniel Tabiner losing out as well. Lock up to the Ford. Marlon Young is there. They fight hard. There you see up ahead, it's Oswin Wilson, who's lost a bit of ground. 1.6 the difference. Looks like he's gone a little too deep in the last corner. And just off. There he goes. He can't lose the Porsche this early on. The slipstream is everything. Now, Daniel Taberner has another chance at this time around. He doesn't have a luring Aston Martin in the background, as even he has trouble. Roll per tab, closing up. Oh, it's wide! He's hit the wall! He has hit the wall into the kink! That might be damage! And at the same time, up front, it's the Brazilian defending against the Englishman! Daniel goes wide. He wasn't forced off, though, but amazing defending coming from Anderson as they race up the hill. Oswin Wilson is able to secure back up under a second to the Porsche. There they go, 2036, 2036. Oh, it's getting close. Back up the field, though. There we see Oswin Wilson. Oh, he's so close. We take a little break from this action. Let's check out the DPI class. Here comes Shaden around the outside. What a move. Brandon Smith, nothing to do there. Just gets absolutely swept. Back down here, though, as Jaden Harrison is now down 11 seconds from Danny Nasir and the lead. Ooh, Oswin going a little bit wide there. Gonna lose a little bit of time. The bungee cord between Ozzy and Luca popped. Not too sure. I think he got stretched out a little bit. They're working like a slinky out here. We look back up here. Take a look at this train going on here. It gives you goosebumps. It's almost exactly like the Singapore Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell. In our world, it's Anderson Baiano, Daniel Taberner, Marlon Young, and Roel Pratap. Here comes the Ferrari. 8 minutes into this Road America spectacular. You guys are getting live at Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. You do not get better racing anywhere else but here. Here comes Daniel Taberner. He's in the slipstream. He is gaining 2/10. Anderson goes to the inside. Was it smart? Because Daniel goes to the outside, but a little too deep he goes. Marlon Young closes up the gap now. A lot of curb coming from him there. We switch to Roel Pratap's perspective of this fight. What a battle. 2:03.4 against a 2:03.6. Luca, 2/10 faster that lap. Look at the train here. They're all covering the inside. This is lovely racing. Oh, Marlon Young switches to the outside. Roel follows him close. A little bit of grass coming from the outside. Daniel Taberner loses the position as a result. Probably watching it. The Ford going off the track momentarily. Marlon jumps up. A bit of a mistake coming from Daniel Taberner. Daniel's going to be all over the rear of the Aston Martin. Pit stops do need to commence very soon. So it'll be very interesting when this train eventually does break. And there we see, look how deep the Ferrari can go into the brakes. Trying to get a different perspective of this battle. There we go. Roof camera. Up here, there we see a 53.002 coming from Jaden Harrison. Oh, look up, slides it. Does he save it? Oh my goodness. Takumi Fujiwara, eat your heart out. It's Daniel Taberner with the drifts. But he loses out of position crucially. Are the tires getting hot? He's running the mediums. One thing is to note though, Oswin Wilson and Anderson Baiano are running softs. Take a look at this. Marlon Young to the outside. This is where Daniel Taberner struggled to try to get the move done. Marlon can't get it done though. The Brazilian with an absolute masterclass of a defense. We've never seen anything like it. Spectacular. Daniel Taberner, though, is going to feel very nice to know the guys are up front and going to battle. This is my time to catch up. They're going to slow each other down. Take a look at this, though. 6 seconds off is Martin Webster. He's going to be joining the fray soon. Hold on a second. I think I just skipped over. Roll Pratap. Is he going to make a move? No, he doesn't. He's backing off. Smart. Very smart. It's a long race. Marlon Young going a little bit wide through corner exit. Track limits are very, very reluctant through there, I will say. Just going to take a look at the time of day. I know we have a time of day on our track at the top of your screens, but sometimes that is wrong, and I'm just curious. Yeah, it is 3 p.m. It is going to be late evening once this race finishes. It just looks like late evening out there right now. So just hoping it doesn't go into the night. It shouldn't be. We should be racing to sunset. But this battle, we cannot get our eyes off of it for a moment. Hold on a second, I think we do. Because this man, Jaden Harrison, has gone from first to second to last to second. Here comes Jaden Harrison. It's now time. He puts the pressure back on Danny Nasir. 2/10 difference between Marlon Young and himself. Jaden looks to the outside. Danny doesn't get the apex. Side by side going up the hill. Danny Nasir, what does he do? Heavy lock up from him. There you see the Cadillac. Jaden gets the move done. Your new race leader, Jaden Harrison. And meanwhile, Anderson Payano pushes up Marlon Young. It's 3 wide. And again in the corner. 2 by 2. Anderson somehow finds a way to stay ahead. Are you kidding me? Anderson Payano. Wow. Oh my goodness! Anderson, out of all that, is still ahead! Danny Nasir is not done yet, though! He's in the slipstream, and I'm already losing my voice! 205.8, 205.6, 206.1, and 205.1! Coming from the Ferrari! There you see Marlon Young going a little bit wide! Jaden on his best max impression, I will agree. He pulled up a Verstappen masterclass catching up. Here comes the Aston Martin back again. He hasn't tried to move around this corner. Does he look to the inside? No, he only has the outside. He's gonna break very deep. It's very risky. What does he do? I see in the background, Roll Pratap going wide. Anderson going a little too deep. Marlon Young takes the position. Marlon Young now leads this! Daniel Tabiner around the outside, can't get it done. Roll Pratap shuts the door! Marlon Young on this train, your new leader! Of course not your leader of this one! This right here is the battle for the lead! And there you see the BMW! Oswin Wilson! Does he look to a move? No, he does not. Backs out of this one. This time around, he's a lot more closer. He's on the soft tires. They're going to be tying anytime soon. Are you kidding me? You're donating your vocal cords to this cause again. Yep. That's what we love. Oh, check this out. Roll Pratap on the inside of Anderson Payano. Anderson can't hold on. The soft tires are now going away. Anderson has lost 2 positions in 1 lap. I think it's time he has to pit. That car is losing grip. Oh, Roll Pratap drifting it around the final corner. Daniel Tabiner in the slipstream. Anderson defends, but now he might be forced to make a move on Roll Pratap.
Mr. Lonely.
Martin Webster auditioning for Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club's Got Talent after Roll Pratap switchback of trains, baby. Does he take it? Yes, he does. Daniel Tabiner on the inside. Oh, it's so close. Contact is made. No! I don't think that's any fault of Daniel Tabiner's. That is hard racing, and that is a shame. That might be a sign that those tires are done. Sliding off the track after an amazing masterclass of defense. If that's not driver of the day, I don't know what is. Round of applause. Give a hand to Anderson Payano, the Brazilian. has just given us some maximum entertainment through there. But in doing so, it really has split up this pack out here. Marlon Young, Roll Pratab, a little bit split up from each other. Daniel Taberner, not too far off, but check it out! Not so Mr. Lonely there, Martin, now is it? Martin Webster has found himself a new friend. He's now caught up. 3/10, however. We gotta go to this battle. It is time to watch the battle
lonely right now.
for the DPI lead. For the GTE lead, apologies. Brandon Smith calls himself Mr. Lonely. He is in P3, however. I'd love to be P3 and alone at this stage. Solid points on the board for him, as it stands. I'm gonna.
My tires are dead.
Oh. He gets the Bono. His tires are dead. You know what that means? It means he's gonna put in the fastest lap next time around. He's gonna catch up. Martin Webster is struggling there in that car. He is trying to catch up. I do hear in the background, though, Jaden Harrison has finally caught up to the field ahead. So we're gonna stay on board with him as he maneuvers his way through the field. I'm gonna take a sip of water and hope I don't blow it out if I see a masterclass of more racing. Let's tune it up. All right, swig of my water complete, and as I do so, there goes Martin Webster. Of course, lapping him now for the first time. Excuse me. All right, so Roll Pratab has now caught up to Marlon Young. They're about 8/10 the difference. Last time I saw it, it was about 5/10. So the gap is still there. Take it in, folks. We still have 42 minutes left of racing. And we're getting this kind of action. I'm gonna keep this timer on our screens up here. I don't believe the top timing is working. So I'm gonna pass it down here. Oh, it is not working. For some odd reason, I'm not able to get this time of day thing on our screens here. Just give me a moment. Will it work? There we go. I'm gonna slide it down here. All right, check this out though. Jaden Harrison slides through. 10-second gap between himself and Danny Nasir. Cannot afford a mistake because he can get a free pit stop if he can flawlessly get past his pack. Danny Nasir is eventually gonna have to do the same. He is back here as he goes through Canada corner. He's gonna approach Martin Webster. Jaden Harrison has successfully gotten past the DPI class.
I can see you, old man.
Yeah, Danny's mic isn't working today, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right, roll now onto the front straight.
For the first car now.
Doesn't go for a move just yet. Stays put. Daniel Taberner a little bit far off, but pit stops do need to come and play very soon. So 4 o'clock now in this race. 4 p.m. I hope the timer doesn't go too far in this one for us. Should be fine, as the sun is slowly starting to come down. It is midday. Let's take a look at the lead, the battle for the lead. These guys have been under 2 seconds this whole race. Oswin Wilson and Luca Andretti. It's the battle I never thought I needed till right now. This is that new drug on the street. I hope I don't get demonetized for that, actually. I'm so sorry, YouTube. Oswin Wilson, the Guyanese, against the Swiss Superman of Luca Andretti. Luca, the man of the Porsche, is currently leading the GTE standings, and he is on a nice win streak himself every time he does race here. That Porsche has been so strong as they both kick up some grass, entering in the final corner. as they race up the hill. 5/10 the difference between the leaders. 2:04.3, 2:03.9. Oswin has pulled back that last lap. And I want to say, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the racing so far. If you want to get in on the action, join our Discord ASAP. This is the type of action you're going to be getting into if you join us. It's all in fun, of course. Roll Pratab has caught up just about. Ooh, I say that. He is just twitched just a little bit out of T1. Luckily, it hasn't lost him out anything. And this crowd has just been roaring for the past 15-20 minutes. 12-second gap, though, as you mentioned there, TJ. Yeah, Jaden is out for blood as he goes past the DPI cars. Now, does Oswin Wilson use the DPI to his advantage? Hopefully, he can catch him off where Jaden can block an apex and Oswin can close. Oh, no! I heard the car bogged down for a bit. That was a little shame there. He's lost a second to Andretta. And luckily for Andretta, the DPI is going to get the move done before the kink. So he's not going to lose time. Now that is going to be a bit unfortunate for the BMW. Pit stops are going to be coming up soon, projected around 7 more minutes time before we should see some cars in. A lot of them fuel up for the halfway point in this race. As, ooh, a position's being made. Hold on, what is this? I didn't pay attention for a moment. I was looking at something else. Marlon Young and Roll Pratab has made contact on the final corner.
I box in.
Oh my goodness, what just happened? He's in the pits, you can keep going. What has happened? Anderson Paeta, what's happened to him? He's off as well. He's slowed down. What is going on? The one time I look past my screen for a moment, carnage ensues. So it's believed that I think Marlon Young and Roll Pratab have made contact on the final corner. Now Roll Pratab, the first man in this race to make his pit stop. Wow, okay, I did not expect that. I was about to make an announcement in comms there, but that is interesting. All right, I think we do have a word from a race director that's about to go over the comms now to the drivers. All right, we just have 2 quick announcements to make. First off, we are approaching the halfway stage of the race. This should be your time to be making those pit stops if you haven't already. It is a mandatory tire change for everyone. That must mean you come into the pits and change your tires once, at least once in this race. Of course, you are allowed to fuel up. You don't have to fuel up, but tires are mandatory. Second thing I want to say, it's currently 4:37 in the server so far. I'm not too sure if it's getting into late evening right now. It's what's showing off on our screens up here. There might be a small chance we get a little bit of darkness towards the end of this race. Headlights should be fine and all that. There's a bit of brightness around this track, but just a little FYI that we might get some darkness towards the end of this race. Shouldn't harm anyone's games at all. I don't think the nighttime in this track is not harmful at all. But just to be aware.
Welcome to endurance racing.
You got your wish. It's getting a little bit late on my post-processing filter regardless. It's still 4:30, 4:45 on track. So just a little heads up, guys. So, yeah, it is current evening. We are using a different post-processing filter that does allow us to get a lot of a more beautiful shot used by Pure. We are using Pure on here, if you know what that is. And yeah, it is giving us a little bit of darkness on track here. And yeah, it is currently 4:46. It should not be this dark. But just giving the heads up to the guys, there might be a chance we could see the moon come up. So, just a little round out for this race. Let's talk about what's happened so far. Currently, we're about to enter the halfway stage in this one. The crowd has died down a little bit. I realize now, all right, let's calm ourselves down. The racing has now started to get into a strategy game. That is what endurance racing is all about. Once you start separating from everyone, it's really about strategy. It's about how you race this one, pit stops, and being consistent as Lance Nasir tries to find the inside of Roll Protab, does not get there in time. Just watching him for the moment there, how he does get past Roll Protab. Of course, Roll Protab the first one to pits. So, oh, as he goes off there, oh my. He gains himself a cut track for his track extension there. And he is going to allow Lance to go through. He is leaving the inside open. That Corvette is definitely fighting, that's for sure. Should get him just before the kink, though, similar as we saw to Luca Andretta and Jaden Harrison. Just gonna watch that now. No, he doesn't get up to him yet. Oh, Lance Nasir off the track, narrowly missing the wall. Struggling to get past the Corvette. Let's go through the order. So, first place as he's about to lap everyone for the second time, Jaden Harrison. He started on pole.
Come on, Brandon. Right side, take the right side.
Early on into the race, I've heard a driver off. It's Lance, he's in the barrier! Lance Nasir! Hard in the wall, is it damage? He's in the gravel. Oh, no. That's going to lose him a lot of time to Brandon, as he was trying to catch up. He does need to make a pit stop. They cannot lose their headlights, because you can get damage, and it could make you lose your lights. And oh, his car is all over the place. Does he take it in the pits? No, he does not. Might have to shake off the gravel that's on those tires and try to put his head down. Anyways, Jaden Harrison started on pole, lost out the lead to Danny Nasir after T1. Hunted Danny Nasir down the whole way through, made a crucial mistake going into Canada corner, found himself looking the opposite way, and now down to last. It took him a handful of laps, but through those laps, we saw ourselves the greatest GTE battle of this IMSA championship. Jaden Harrison caught up, giving us his best Max Verstappen impression, and is now 26 seconds ahead of this man in second place, Danny Nasir. As before we go through that, Luca Andretta has now entered pit road for his mandatory stop. Yep, pits are definitely open now. It's going to be time for a lot of drivers to come in. Danny Nasir in second. He was leading this one early out in the Acura. He's doing very well so far in this race, that's for sure. Another driver coming in, I believe it's Daniel Tabener. All right, so interesting strategy. Ferrari and Porsche doing the same thing. And I believe that's the Porsche coming out now. Yes, it is. Is Anderson going to get past him? No, he is not. So Luca Andretta now shuffles down into P4 with the drivers ahead of him yet to pit. Can't afford a yellow now, or else that is going to put him at a huge disadvantage. As we continue through the order, Danny Nasir leading this race earlier, now into P2. Hey, not bad at all. Danny Nasir is running a great race so far as he enters the halfway stage. Brandon Smith, P3, a little bit of a lonely one as the gap started to spread apart. Anderson Baiano comes in for his pit stop as well. Brandon Smith in the Acura for Hemidal, the third sister team to legendary Valhalla. As Jaden Harrison also comes in for his stop. Lance Nasir, P4, struggling this race as he now comes into pit road for his stop. halfway into this one. In the lead, though, but for how long? It's Oswin Wilson in the BMW, yet to pit, and what a battle we have seen so far between himself and Luca Andretti. That BMW's been sticking very close with its new upgrades. And it's definitely given us a show early on in this race. Danny Nasir now has taken the lead of this one as he just gets around Anderson Baiano. Martin Webster, P2 so far, yet to pit in the Aston Martin. Lost out early on in this race as Oswald Wilson now comes in for a stop. So we're going to watch where Luca Andretti is. Martin Webster, though, losing out. It's such a shame. It would have been awesome to see what he could have done and made that thing a 5-man fight. He was 10th. He did go up the order now, and with the mistakes of his teammate and Roll Pratab, it's allowed him to catch up. He doesn't go into pits this time around, but his teammate is catching up. Does he go to pits? I'm not too sure. No, he does not, but here is Marlon Young, one of the main key factors in that fight. What a battle it was, though, between all of them. There is Oswin Wilson still in pit. Does he come out? Not in time. There goes Luca Andretti. Ooh, Lance Nasir is going to come out. Oh, almost spirals out on track. Here comes Oswin. There, his stop is complete. And war has now begun. Fresh rubber on Oswin's car. It's time to catch up. Marlon Young, though, a very, very crucial key part in that battle, though, as he fought hard with Tabiner, defending against Partab, fighting Baiano, eventually getting him. And Marlon Young, very quick out here. Currently in second, still yet to pit. Luca Andretti, who is provisionally your leader right now, who's leading all the pit stops so far. If the yellow doesn't come out, he should be fine. Jaden Harrison has now overtaken Brandon Smith on track, which Brandon is yet to pit, which is very interesting. Luca Andretti, what can we say about him other than the fact that I hear a car off the track, I think? Yes, I do. Who is that? That is Marlon Young. Check this out. Marlon Young has found himself off track, and he's lost a boatload of time. He is yet to pit, and the GTE class leader is catching up. Spins through before the carousel. That's not going to help his case at all, unless it's some tricky tactics as the sun comes down. Oh, Lance Nasir. Whoa, is that contact?
What was that?
A dive bomb.
You just smacked me out of the way.
No, I went up the inside of that edge.
Let's be a little bit patient
you
with
did.
it if it takes. Luca Andretti, not too happy, not too pleased with Lance Nasir. It was a bit of a dive bomb we did catch as Brandon Smith enters the pits. I would say, though, just going past that, Luca Andretti has had a great race so far. He was leading. He should be once everyone starts cycling their pit stops up ahead. But Luca Andretti has done a very, very good job early on in this one, and as it stands, he should be leading when everyone does their pit stops. And that Porsche dominates! Danny off! The leader! Off in Canada corner! Oh, that's trouble! Jaden Harrison into the carousel. Now that's not what he needs. Danny Nasir needs the biggest gap he can get. Oh, that is a shame. Does he pit, though? Looks to it. Yes, he does. And the sun is coming down. He needs to slow down big time. Oh, that is a huge shame. Danny Nasir has lost a boatload of time. Jaden Harrison goes through Canada corner. And as we talk now, Marlon Young is now starting his defense against Luca Andretti. Keep an eye on P2 as it goes around the final corner on the minimap. Marlon Young, Luca Andretti. One has pit, the other has not. Now, are these guys going to have a fun little battle here as the sun goes down? Yeah, it does look like we are going to get a little bit of nighttime action racing. Here comes Jaden. He goes past Danny, and oh, that is going to be so heartbreaking for Danny Nasir. He had such a gap, and he's not coming out anytime soon. Maybe he has damage. Oh, that is such a shame. Let's go back down quickly to this battle here. Marlin goes wide. Luca having a chance. 6 p.m. we're about to hit. And yet this place still looks like it's like 8 p.m. or so. Oh, lockup coming from above. Contact! No! Lightning reactions coming from Luca Andretta. Oh my God! Wow! Great reaction there as Martin Webster heads into the pits. Marlon Young wants to have a bit of fun. As Michael's saying in the chat, been on the edge of my seat the entire time so far as Marlon goes wide. Oh, he goes very deep. And Luca, he's gonna have the inside line. Does Marlon fight it? Just about. Tries to level. No, he doesn't. Marlon Young, those tires are gone. You need to pit ASAP. Your teammate has pit, but he is in no man's land right now. So with Luca pitting, Oswin Wilson second, Daniel Tabner third, who did pit as well, so he does have a lot of time to catch up. And take a look at this. Oswin Wilson is catching up. Take a look at this. A defense coming from Marlon Young against Luca Andretta, and that has allowed the BMW to catch up. There you see him. Beautiful skybox coming from the guys at Pure. Shout out to them, man. They have really transformed the Assetto Corsa from a 2014 puny little simulator to one of the best simulators on the market that competes even against iRacing. Marlon Young is slowing down quite a bit. He can't even take Canada corner flat. 22 minutes left to go, and dusk approaches. There's our P2, man, and I believe this might be the fight we're going to be watching to the very end. The battle for the GTE class win. It's heating up, and Oswin Wilson is closing. Luca Andretta has had a little bit of bump with one of the DPI cars. Marlon Young has held him up, and now it's time that he finally puts those tires to a rest, puts some new rubber, and for the final 20 minutes, put some pressure on them. Where is Daniel Tabner? Oh, he's definitely going to pass him. Where is Roll Per Tab? Ooh, he is going to pass him as well, as they just enter Canada corner. Even Martin Webster. Who is Marlon Young going to get ahead of? Or is he going to be going to the back? There is Anderson, which I believe he might be fighting on exit. Those tires and stretching out that strategy. He might have bit off more than he could chew. Here comes Daniel Tabner. Next up, Roll Per Tab. And then it's Martin Webster. Where is Marlon? There he is. Oh, he's off. Looking for the Ford. Where is he? There he is. No, it's not. That's not the Ford, or is it? Yes. No, it's Jaden Harrison. As Jaden goes across their screen there, he's leading this one. So, let's go back up to the battle for the lead. Oswin Wilson, Luca Andretta. 3.8 the difference, and 20 minutes to go. Folks, sit tight. This is going to be a very good battle to watch as the stars come out and shine. Darkness arises for all the drivers here. Make sure to subscribe to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club as we race every Saturdays. This is the type of action you are expecting every single week. This is what CMRSC is all about. Next week, it's the Bathurst 1000. And last year, it was a great race. I think the top 6, top 7, all fighting for that race win on one of motorsport's most difficult tracks, Mount Panorama. In the V8 Supercars Gen 2. The last gen. As I said, of course, it doesn't really have the new gen just yet. but it is souped up and ready to go. It's going to be fixed setup racing, so times are going to be even more closer. If you love GTE the fight of the GTE class through here, fixed setups is where it's at, because everyone has no opportunity to touch up on their setup, change how the car runs. So it's all down to driver skill. Darkness arises, and I know I've said that a couple times now, but this time it's for real. Oh, Oswin! Oh no! Slides off the track! And it's a note to say that Oswin is running soft compound tires! If they haven't already, that has probably overheated them. Oh no! Oswin Wilson is gonna have to catch up now. He's lost a full second. That's painful. To him there. Our current closest battle we do have on track though, it's Martin Webster against his fellow countryman Roel Pretab. It's Aston Martin versus Corvette. And there you see the Aston Martin slowly closing up to Roel Pretab, who's tweaking just a bit as he enters through the carousel. A little bit of lift as he goes through here. 2 seconds the difference. 2.1 has Oswin pitted. Yes, he has, I believe so. We can check that out, actually. Through our timing sheet. Let's take a look at it. Yep, so there he is. Oh, hold on! Marlon Young! Marlon Young is out! Marlon Young!
Can't anymore. Too tired.
Oh no! I'm sorry about that. That is a massive shame. Marlon Young with an absolute bonker of a race. He's done. He just cannot catch up. 17 minutes left. He's going to call it quits, and I think he's just going to cheer on Martin Webster. Our first retirement in this race. That is a shame. That is a shame. That is a shame. Ooh, as Jaden Harrison gets past Martin Webster.
Gonna warn me, Jaden.
There is your pit stops. To answer your question, everyone has made their stop. And there you see the fuel. Interestingly, that is very interesting. 4 liters. Brandon Smith. Has Brandon had a fuel stop? Or is he gonna have to pit again? I don't know if 4 liters is gonna take him to the end of this race. 16 minutes to go. I do not think so. That is very interesting. But let's go through here. So this is our progress mode. We're going to see from where they started. This is how it looked. So the top 4, all the DPI cars have stayed the exact same. Luca Andretti has improved 2 spots. Oswin Wilson losing 1. Daniel Tabner losing 1. Roel Pretab, Martin Webster gaining a bunch. Baiano, it does say 8, but that is just because he started just after the grid went out. And of course, Marlon Young, our first retirement, unfortunately, in this race, did gain a lot. Let's just get back our intervals so we can see our closest battles on track. That's your little update there. I believe it or not, 19 hours is 7 o'clock. But yeah, this place looks so dark. I'm not too sure why. That's not what we wanted. This race was supposed to be a afternoon till evening. But Assetto Corsa being Assetto Corsa, we do still have battles that are cooking up. One thing's for sure, Oswin Wilson has put that gap down after about, what, 6 minutes? 6 minutes of driving. He has put that gap down under 1 more second. So now he's back to where he started. 3.3, 3.2 to fight against. Oswin Wilson is still got a lot of work to do. I believe if he can keep this consistency up, we should see him fighting to the very end. We should see him. A chance to get this race win. We'll find out, but one thing's for sure. This battle might be happening in a lap or two. Martin Webster has closed up to Raul Partab. This is your fight for P4 in the GTE class. There you see it. Well, Luca Andretti should be in this one. Not too sure. There is your DPIs. I know it's called LMP2. So let's stay on board now with Martin Webster. It's time to take a look at lap times between these two guys as they go through the carousel. .2 as they now enter the kink. Martin goes through here flat, just about. Yes, he does confidently. Those tires are keeping up well. 1.2 the difference. Luca Andretti, let's use him for an example. A 204.2 against a 203.9 from Oswin Wilson. So Oswin is catching up quick. So a 202.3, that is what our fastest man in the GTE class is doing so far. He's quite a ways behind. But he might have a bit of company behind him. Raul Partab and Martin Webster coming up fast to the Ferrari. We might have a 3-car battle. 204.3 for the Ferrari. 204.2 against a 204.0 for the Corvette and Aston Martin, respectively. Those are interesting numbers. That tells you the story. This gives you the picture. Now, I don't want to jinx it. And just to say, yes, Oswin Wilson has pit. Oswin has pitted. He is good to the end. Every driver has pitted and is now good to the end of the race, just to answer your question. So, not to get you guys crazy excited, but remember that little fun battle we had between, I don't know, Anderson, Marlin, Partab, Tabiner? Yeah, I think it's about to happen again. Because Daniel Tabiner is, oh, wait a second. Oh, drifting is Martin Webster. Get it, don't want to jinx it, but just maybe. There is Daniel Tabiner. There is Raul Partab. There is Martin Webster. I'm not saying, but I'm also saying we might see ourselves having a three-way battle for P3. Not to mention 2.6 Oswin Wilson, Luca Andretti. 11 minutes. 11 minutes and 44 seconds and one extra lap. We're coming down to the finale of this Road America Spectacular. Oh boy. Oh boy. 2 seconds between Raul Partab. And it's the same gap between himself and Martin Webster. Oh, it's happening. Oh, it's happening. It's happening again. Oh my God, stay calm! Oh no! Martin Webster off the track! Ah! That's my bad, guys. That's my bad. I think I've commentated. I think I've hit them with the commentator's curse. Martin Webster! No! We can't see him in a fight against the Corvette and the Ferrari. Ah, that three-way battle is over. Just like that, it's done. Oh, there is damage. Yeah, that thing is understeering like crazy. Sparks fly. A corner exit. Damn! Ah, it's so close. So close. Luckily, though, we are not robbed of this battle here. He did the thing, and he did the same thing that he did early on in this race. Ah, he's going to be kicking himself as well. Brandon Smith is off. Where is... Let's... Are these guys fighting for position? Oh, no, they are, but I thought Brandon spun at Canada corner. No, he spun at T3. Okay, a little bit of a scare for the moment there. That is unfortunate. Martin Webster, the guy needs X-Play driver. Oh, that is such a shame. However, never say never. Remember, it was Daniel Tabiner who lost big time. Who lost out, went into the grass, losing all the positions, but manages a way to fight back up. Why? Because everyone was fighting each other. Raul Partab has now closed the gap with under 10 minutes to go. Oh, there you see Partab. Oh, he's getting a little bit antsy. He's getting excited. He knows. Now this fight is about to commence. 9/10 the difference. And 2.9 between Wilson and Luca. Once again, I firmly believe if Oswin can keep this up. There you see, a 10th faster. Keep it up, Oswin. We'll see you at the end, and we'll see how close that gap is. Here we go. Let's get ready for this fight here. I hope we have a fight. This is what we want to see. We want to see the battles. We do not want to see anyone making some mistakes out here. All right, this is it. Across the start-finish line, this is going to tell us how it's going to pan out. A 2:05.0 against the 2:04.1. Rule per tap is a second faster than Daniel Tabiner, especially that lap. Now, these two guys are one of the early drivers to make their pit stop, so their tires are getting worn out fast. Martin Webster with a 2:06.3. He's quite a ways behind. It's gonna take a miracle for him to catch up. And once again, I do apologize. As much as night racing is awesome, it was supposed to finish at around 8 p.m., which it is 8 p.m. in the track time, but it currently looks like we're on daylight saving mode because this is kind of ridiculous. We were supposed to have this one end in the evening, but hey, who doesn't love a race in the night? So Raul Pratab now closing in very, very quickly. Let's take a look at those live timings right there. Let it just load up for the moment. Let's take a look at those sector times. So Daniel Tabiner with a 45.4 against a 45.4 as well. Raul actually a bit slower, but the second sectors are coming up now. Raul Pratab is actually up on his delta. Second sector they should be crossing now. Anytime now. 43.5, 43.2. So Raul is faster in the second sector against Daniel Tabiner. We're gonna see the full story as they come around through here, and check this out. As we look at that, Oswin Wilson has put the gap down to 1.8, and the Porsche gets closer. Oh, and Martin, trouble again! He's off and he's back on, a spin once more. Let's take a look at these times. 35.7, 35.7, matched each other in the final sector. And a 0.47 and an 0.44 from both drivers, respectively Daniel and Raul. In the background, Danny Nasir is going to have front row seats to watch this fight. He does need to get past him, but he needs to get past him in a proper manner. He comes up to them very quickly, but he's going to need to slow down big time. Raul cannot afford to lose some time. Danny, does he send it? No, he doesn't. He needs to be smart about this. And Raul can definitely use this as an opportunity to get Daniel to crack. You see, once you get that DPI ahead of you, Danny could send it up the inside, potentially blocking Tabiner of an apex, allowing him to go through. Oh, but it might happen to Raul. No, it's contact from all three of them. Danny goes through, but Raul Pratab is up there. I don't think Raul expected Danny to send it, but he did. Nose to tail now, and we're about 5 minutes to go. This is what he needs. This is the momentum. Oh, it's a lift though. They both have damage, but I think Raul has more front end damage. 2.044 against a 2.039 for the leaders. 1.3 the difference. Two battles commencing. One for the lead and one for third. Unless hell, Oswin and Luca take each other out and then we have a four-way battle. I'm getting a little bit too excited. Aussie, how these Beamer LEDs look. My battery's at 2%. Oh, TJ, charge that phone. You cannot miss this one. Anderson has pulled it into the pits. I'm not too sure when he has. I think that might be our next retirement. Daniel Tabiter now having to defend. Raul Pratap can't get it done. Daniel drifting back to his racing line. Daniel wide on corner exit, has to cover the inside. Raul though is going to take it though. Daniel doesn't. Side by side. Does he take the move? Daniel Tabiter can't fight it. Tabiter leaving it open. And look at Raul's weaving it. Raul Pratap making the move. Does Daniel send it? Oh, it's at the grass. Contact! Contact! Contact is made!
Caught the grass when I was braking.
Oh no! Raul Pratap! Where is Martin Webster? Martin can't capitalize in time. No! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the fight between Daniel Tabiter and Raul Pratap complete. 3 minutes and 34 to go. If Daniel can catch up, that would be amazing, but Daniel making a crucial mistake touching the grass. Oh, he's gonna... that in his voice, you heard it there first. That hurts. That hurts as a racing driver. You have just costed yourself a podium. Oh, man. Wow! All right! One battle done. One to go. And we have saved the most important for last. 2:04.3, 2:04.1, 2:10 quicker as Wilson. All right. This is it. This is your closest battle you have on track right now. And this is your battle for the race victory. Just, TJ, just ask politely to the battery. Just please just be a little bit longer. Just 5 minutes longer, that's all. Oswin Wilson, as the BMW screams in the ears of all our viewers here. I don't know if we'll be able to see this properly, but let's take this battle to the skies. I think we should be able to see them up here. Now, Oswin Wilson, Luca Andretta, this is going to be a very, very good fight as Oswin closes up the gap, but as much as he had patience throughout this whole race on if he should pass, shouldn't pass, desperation starts to kick in because this is the final countdown. This is it. 2 minutes to go, and we have one extra lap to do it. As they go under the orange, the Creative Orange Dog Bridge. There you see the gap. This is what a second looks like. Up from above. Are we gonna see any funny plays? Some flashing headlights. Lock up from Raul Pratap. A minute 24. Around the final corner. A lot of more exit there and a bit of sparks coming out of Andretti's Porsche. As they go up the straight. As we say this though, we gotta give a massive shout out here. Jaden Harrison, a minute, 60 seconds faster ahead of Danny Nasser. What a commending drive Jaden Harrison has. Can anyone stop the Jamaican? After last week out when he did lose out the title in the Group 4 series. It's just been a whole different mode that's been switched in Jaden's head. 5/10 the difference. Luca Andretta that last lap, 2:04.4. Oswin Wilson, 2:03.9 as they go past the trees into the braking zone. This is it. 2 laps to go. We're getting confirmation now. As soon as the timer expires, we will have 2 to go. 2 to do it here at Road America. And this right here is the final fight of this event. The battle for the race win. No mistakes coming from any of these drivers. And I gotta keep that way. As I go through the carousel now. And there you see how much quicker Oswin Wilson is. Oswin has had some fantastic photo finishes, some great battles in his day, especially in his 90s Touring Car Championship campaign, where he did win that championship against the likes of Dylan Moranti. Is hard on the brakes. Oh, very deep. Oswin goes. Has he thrown it away? Oswin Wilson, desperation. I hope he didn't know that was the final lap, because there's still one to go. Oswin Wilson has sent it around the final corner, but to no avail. 0.8 the difference. Final lap at Road America. This is it. One to do it. Oswin Wilson, 2:04.6, 2:04.3. It's the first time that Luke has been faster. Oh, check this out. Danny's here. Danny Nasir needs to get past the guys very quickly. He does so with Oswin. Hard on the brakes. Oh, Oswin, no! Oswin! Wilson losing the back end! Is that it? Is that the race complete? Is that what Luca needs? Is Luca home free? The back end steps out. The soft tires could not hold on. Oh, but Danny, what has happened? Locking up for him. Are you serious? Another robbery of these battles. One thing's for sure, Luke is going to be swiping the sweat off his brow. But, oh, Oswin Wilson, who has sent it. Jaden Harrison crosses the line. He's going to take it, though. He is going to win it at Road America. And Jamaica is going to be very happy. He's already starting the celebrations early. Wow. Giving a commending drive for him. Lance Nasir will finish P4. Martin Webster has already completed the race in P9. But yeah, let's give a massive shout out. Congratulations, Jaden Harrison, your race winner in the DPI class. Massive shout out to him. P2, however, is coming up fast. Danny Nasir. What a race from him. As he comes around the final couple of corners, he's going to do it. He is going to finish P2. What a race for him. And behind him, Luca Andretti has survived it. The Porsche reigns supreme, like it always does. It's a normal day in the office for Stuttgart as they win it here at Road America. Oswin Wilson, a commanding race from him, just could not get the job done. But he has to applaud himself. He has had a terrific race from him there. Brandon Smith, P3 for him. Martin Webster already completed the race. Raul Partab. He's going to be very happy with this result. Daniel Taberner could not fight against him. Around the final corner in P3 to round out our final podium standings. As once again, everyone likes going left and right, snaking it on the straight. Raul Partab, the Guyanese, finishes P3. And we can finally rest easy after an amazing event.
Good job, Jaden.
Wow, that was a lovely race to watch here. I'll let you guys know now, if you get some time, watch back the stream. That was an incredible race. But we say congratulations to our top threes in both classes. There you see Raul Partab smoking it up there. All right, so in our DPI class, let's start it off with our third place man, Brandon Smith. You're on the podium, sir. You're at home. That must feel sweet.
Yeah, it does feel sweet, especially for the Midwest guys.
Take us through that one.
I just ran my race, kept it calm, even though Jaden was on a flyer, same with Danny, but all in all, I felt great about it.
Indeed, man. You've definitely put on a great showcase out here, regardless if you did have anyone to battle. We did see some great battles with you early on in the race, but it was the consistency that held you up high that you were managed to finish in that P3 standings. Brandon, that was an amazing performance from you. Anyone you want to shout out?
I just wanted to shout out to my wife, my dad, my mom, everybody that's watching. shout out to the entire Blackout Motorsports crew, and including the Blackout Motorsports Network itself, if any of those guys are watching. But this is incredible.
Awesome stuff, man. Congratulations. Great stuff there. Danny Nasir, do we have a mic on you?
Yeah, I'm using the phone.
Awesome, awesome. Great fight from you there. Early on in the race, you and Jaden tore the house down. You finished P2. Wonderful result. Take us through it.
Decent start. I think Jaden was a little cautious at the start there, so I took advantage of that. And then just about managing. At the end of the day, I knew he was 2 seconds faster all through the week. And it reflected in the result at the end, 30 laps, and he was 60 seconds ahead. But all in all, a good race. I mean, I tried my best. I was hoping he would make a couple of mistakes, and I would try to stay with him. I was hoping for a caution to get up to him, so I kept pushing. I mean, him and I lapped the entire field. So we were both pushing. I was just hoping for, a Hail Mary, basically. Are we going to get a caution, bunch it up back? Is he going to make a couple of mistakes? Nothing personal there, Jaden, but I was hoping after that 24-hour you'd be a little bit more tired, man. But you must be, I don't know what are you taking there? Some energy booster or something. But you just had the energy to keep going and going and going. But all in all, good one. I led maybe 20% of the race up front, but I knew he was coming, and I was a little bit guilty of watching the mirrors and make one or two mistakes. But it was inevitable he was going to get me. But long and short is a good race. Enjoyed it. Good result.
Awesome. Congratulations on that P2. And our race winner, dominant fashion, and the chat is going crazy for you there. Jaden Harrison, you are our winner here at Road America. How's that one?
Good race. The track very fun to just whip around. Lots of corners and things in these faster cars, but good little battle with Danny at the start there. I didn't really want to pull away too much. I wanted to try to keep with them, but I couldn't hold back. And I was hoping for a caution or something, because it was kind of getting a bit lonely out there. But good race, good result, and good to Danny and Brandon. That was good.
Yeah, early on in the race, we did notice that you had a bit of a scary spin going through there. We didn't catch the whole thing, but I think somebody said it best in the chat. You had yourself a Max Verstappen kind of comeback up through the field. Was it just a bit of driver error when it came to going into Canada corner?
I had brake and I locked up. I didn't want to kill Danny, so I kind of put it sideways and tried to avoid him. But
Yep, but either way, you managed to climb back up the field. And yeah, massive congratulations. Anyone you want to shout out?
No, not really, but good event. I love the IMSA series so far. Cars are amazing. Good race.
Awesome. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Congratulations on that win. Heading over into the GTE class, and wow, this one stole the show. Starting off with our third place man, Raul Pratap. Raul, wow, you got your night race at the very end, and you had ourselves such a great battle towards the end. But we got to take it from the very beginning. You were one of the key factors in that top four battle. Early on. Take us through just all the emotions in that.
Well, I gotta say my hands are jello right now, but during the qualifying, I did actually fast lap of 202.418, and I just ventured into no man's land into the first corner, and I got the invalid lap. So if I had a lap, I would have, started in pole. But nevertheless, started from the back of the pack on a rolling start. Into turn one, tires with a bit of ice blocks and spun out, but still kept my head down. We had an hour to do what I had to do. Kept being consistent, keep going through the pack, and I think we had a little bit of incident with a guy I got spun around, but I decided to why not pit at the moment. But these cars for the category were so close. It was down to the driver. You had to really focus. I had to hit my mark, and I loved the night racing. That was absolutely amazing. I had like a Le Mans feeling of just going through the night. But Martin started to chase. I don't know what Martin threw into that car during that pit stop. Maybe some Red Bull, you know. He started to. I saw him coming up, like taking a 10th out of every lap behind me, and I started putting on my foot as well. Initially, I was trying to chase down Daniel, but I had to focus into defending from Martin. And before I knew it, while I was defending from Martin, I've already caught up to Daniel. I went down, I cut down like 3 seconds off of him. And luckily, Martin made a mistake somewhere about. I saw him totally fall out, and I just had my eyes set on Daniel. And I just had to keep pushing every lap after lap. Had to keep hitting my marks, and my hands were literally falling off. On the straights, I was like using one hand down the straights. But that race was absolutely amazing. That's what endurance is all about.
Was that probably one of the hardest races you've had in racing in general? Have you had a more difficult race in the real world?
Nah, real world, it's normally easy going real world, but I like the randomness of the weather. It's just like real life, you know. Up at South Dakota, you might start the race sunny and it ends in total flood out. So I like that it went into the night, and the visibility kind of got darker and darker. I was squinting looking for the brake markers, but damn, I say out of all the races, was one of my most difficult races against me and against mental, trying not to get distracted after hitting these markers one after the other. But that was one of my most consistent races.
Awesome, man. You had a great result there, and you give yourself a massive pat on the back and give yourself a rest. You definitely earned it. That is P3 for you. Congratulations. Great result. In P2 now, and what a fight we had to the very end from start to finish. It was a race of attrition between Luca Andretta and our man in P2, Oswin Wilson. Oswin, do we have you? I do see Oswin muted. Oh, yeah. We have you, Oswin. Awesome. Great race out there. It's a shame of what happened towards the end, but you gave us such a great performance there. Take us through it.
Yeah, it was a great race. I know the BMW would be slow off the start, so I thought I would have had a Daniel to help protect the Porsche from coming through at the beginning, but it wasn't so. And I know once Luca got in front, he was a consistent driver, so it would be hard to overtake him. But I kept making simple mistakes while the higher, faster class keep overtaking me. Try not to lose as much time, but every time I try not to lose a lot of time, I end up making mistakes and losing a lot. So it was basically managing the tires because I was on the soft tires. The car was set up for the soft tires, but at the end of each stint, they would fall off. So I had to manage that.
Yeah, towards the end, we did see those soft tires definitely eat you up a lot. Was that just a matter of just running them for a very long stint or overheating?
Yeah, it would. The tires couldn't keep its integrity for the full stint. So the last 10 minutes in every stint, the tires would be way in the red. So it was hard managing it. So I just kept pushing. I said, don't worry about the tires. I just keep pushing, trying to catch Luca. But I keep making simple mistakes while the fast guys were lapping me. So that was my mistake.
You definitely did have yourself such a great race out there. That BMW was very good, and who knows what could have been if you didn't have some of those mistakes and probably had just that one last lap to fight. But overall, amazing result from you there also, and I know we don't see you often, but when we do, we are always happy to have you. Great result. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And our race winner, Luca. Wow. Okay. So, early on this week, it didn't look like the Porsche had what it takes until it did. You pulled a Red Bull FP1, FP2, and then in qualifying you switched it into high gear, and that Porsche looked so good out there. Luca, how's that one?
I mean, as you said during the beginning of the week, I said the Porsche feels kind of different, but it came down to just being a skill issue, so that has been solved. But yeah, the entire race I was just pushing like crazy, hitting my markers, hitting apexes. And towards the end, I was just slowly losing concentration and just getting tired because on the brakes, the Porsche is really pointy and it just wants to spin and kill you. So it takes a lot of concentration for a whole hour to try and just drive perfectly when you have Wilson behind you just intimidating you with those headlights in the dark. But I managed to stay consistent and finish in P1, thankfully.
Yeah, that Porsche still looked amazing, but yeah, that BMW was closing in. Who knows what would have happened, but one thing's for sure, that's another win to check off. Your championship is getting closer and closer than ever. Their third championship might be coming in a little more sooner than later, but overall though, what a race you've had here. An amazing defense from yourself, especially with that BMW early on. Great result. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That's going to do it here. And yeah, next week, it's time for the Bathurst 1000 Virtual. We take a break from IMSA once again, a short one this time, and we head up or down to Australia. It is time for the Bathurst Virtual. And if you want to get in on the action, guys in the chat, join in our Discord. Guys on the server, it's open to everyone and to Luca's happiness. And because this is how virtual races are, fixed setup racing. So, should be very fun.
Raul.
Yep.
Oh, I'd also like to give a shout out to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club.
Great. Oh, I love that group.
Real.
That's my favorite one. I'll end off the stream here. You guys are free to leave the Discord. Have a great rest of your weekend as we close out the stream here. And that's going to do it for us here today. Just want to give a shout out to Luca Andretta. He has the video package that you are looking at right now. He did make. And yeah, that's going to do it for us here at CMRSC. Get in the Discord. Next week out, it's Bathurst. I hope you enjoyed the race. I hope you enjoyed the event. We'll see you 7 days time for the next one.